Have you ever felt like you're putting so much of yourself out there, but nobody seems to notice? You give, you help, you're present, and yet somehow you end up feeling invisible. You might have asked yourself, why does it feel like my worth is being overlooked? It's frustrating, and it's not just about being seen. It's about being valued, truly valued by the people around you. But what if I told you that feeling undervalued is often a reflection of how you value yourself? This might sound a little uncomfortable to hear, but stick with me. You see, the truth is, when you learn to see your own worth, others will follow suit. They won't just see your actions, they'll feel the energy and the presence you bring into every room. And that's where the power of Stoicism comes into play. Stoicism is often misunderstood as a cold, emotionless philosophy, but it's actually about understanding your worth in the world and choosing how you show up. Not for validation, but because you know your value. It's about being intentional with your energy, your time, and how you choose to engage with others. So how do we go about this? How can we start applying these Stoic principles to our lives and become more valued by others? Let's begin with a simple truth. You are not for everyone, and that's okay. You don't need to be available to everyone all the time. In fact, one of the most powerful things you can do to raise your value in others' eyes is to create rarity in your presence. Think about it. What makes something valuable? It's the rarity of it. Think of a rare painting, a limited edition book, or a piece of jewelry passed down through generations. The reason those things are valuable is because they are not readily available to everyone. They are unique. You are just like that. Your time, your energy, your attention, it's precious. When you give it out too freely, people won't value it the way it deserves to be valued. But when you create space, when you aren't always available on demand, something shifts. People begin to see you as someone whose time is worth cherishing. You've created a sense of rarity around your presence, and that alone makes you more desirable, more respected. This doesn't mean you have to be aloof or distant. It's not about playing games or being hard to get. It's about valuing your time. When you're always available, you're teaching others to take you for granted. But when you make your presence something people have to earn, they start to see the importance of what you bring to the table. Now, I want you to really think about your time. How often do you say yes to things that drain you or make you feel like you're giving more than you're receiving? Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your values, you're taking away from the energy and time you could be investing in what truly matters to you. This is a hard truth to face, but it's the first step in transforming how others see you. You have to say no to things that don't align with your personal worth. Saying no isn't selfish, it's self-respect. And when you do say yes, it should come from a place of intention, a place where you are genuinely able to give without feeling depleted. Your yes should be meaningful and impactful. When you start saying no more often, you create space for the yeses that truly matter. When you value yourself in this way, others will follow your lead. People start respecting your boundaries because they recognize that you don't just give your time to anyone. You give it to what matters most to you. And when you do give your attention or time, it feels like a gift because they know you're not just giving it away easily. This leads us to another key Stoic lesson: embracing your inner mystery. I know it might sound strange, but hear me out. In a world where everyone seems to overshare everything, there's power in maintaining a sense of mystery. This isn't about being elusive or hiding who you are. It's about choosing when to reveal parts of yourself. Think of it like writing a book. If you share the ending of the story before the reader even opens the first chapter, what's the point? There's no anticipation, no excitement, no mystery. You want people to feel intrigued by you. You don't need to tell your entire life story in every conversation, share enough to create connection, but leave some parts for people to discover over time. This allows others to see the depth of who you are, rather than just the surface. Mystery in this sense isn't about secrecy, it's about self-respect. You're teaching others that they don't get to access all of you immediately. There's something precious and layered about who you are, and you choose to reveal it at your own pace. The more people are drawn into the mystery of who you are, the more they'll value and appreciate what you bring into their lives. You might feel like this is a tough step to take, especially if you're someone who's always been open and willing to give everything to others. But it's time to start valuing your own story. Let the world earn the privilege of getting to know the real you. And as they do, they'll begin to recognize your worth. Being valuable doesn't mean you have to be all things to all people. It means being the best version of yourself, unapologetically, and letting others see that. And that leads us to another crucial point: letting others invest in you. This one might feel a little uncomfortable at first, but trust me, it's essential. A lot of us, especially in a world that promotes self-sufficiency, feel like we always have to do things on our own. But here's the thing. True strength isn't about being independent in everything. It's about knowing when to let others in, when to allow them to invest in you. I'm not talking about letting people take advantage of you. I'm talking about creating mutual growth. Relationships, whether personal or professional, are based on a balance of giving and receiving. It's not just about what you can do for others. It's also about allowing others to do something for you. When you allow people to contribute to your life, to offer advice, support, or simply their time, you're not showing weakness. You're showing that you understand the power of community. You're teaching others that their contributions matter to you. It's about fostering a cycle of giving and receiving that builds deeper connections and respect. And that's what makes you more valuable in the eyes of others. You become someone who isn't just focused on what you can give, but also on what you're willing to receive. You're building relationships that are rooted in mutual respect, where both parties are invested in each other's growth. This might look like accepting help when you need it, being open to advice, or simply being open to the idea of letting others share their perspectives. The more you allow others to invest in your life, the more they'll feel connected to you, and the deeper the respect and value will grow. Now imagine you're standing at a crossroads in your life. You've got a choice to make, but it's not an easy one. There's fear, there's uncertainty. You feel torn, like you're not sure which direction to take, and you're afraid of making the wrong choice. But let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about how many times you've stayed stuck because you were waiting for someone else to tell you what to do? Or how many times you held yourself back because you were afraid of stepping out of your comfort zone? We all do it. We wait for that perfect moment, for the signs to be so clear that there's no doubt. But in reality, the moment is now, and you don't need someone else to give you permission to move forward. The power is in your hands, right now. And that's exactly where Stoicism teaches us to focus. The Stoic philosophers were not people who waited for perfect conditions to act. They didn't expect the world to align in their favor every time they made a decision. Instead, they recognized that life is full of uncertainty and chaos. The only thing they could control was how they responded to it. And that's the key. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you choose to respond. Take a moment to think about your choices. Right now, today. What's holding you back? What's stopping you from taking the next step? I know it's easy to get caught up in the endless cycle of overthinking. It's natural to want things to be perfect before you make a move. But the truth is, waiting for perfection is just a form of procrastination. If you wait for all the stars to align, you may be waiting forever. But if you choose to act, even in uncertainty, you give yourself a chance. You give yourself the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to move forward, no matter what happens. And I know you might be thinking, but what if I fail? What if I make a mistake? Let me remind you, failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of the process. Every successful person has failed. Every leader, every innovator, every person who's made a difference in this world has had to face the fear of failure and move forward anyway. The difference is, they didn't let that fear paralyze them. So I want you to ask yourself, what is worse, failing or never trying at all? What would you rather regret, the things you didn't do or the things you did, knowing you gave it your all? It's normal to feel that fear. It's part of being human. But instead of letting it stop you, use it. Use that fear as fuel to keep going, to keep moving forward. Fear can be a signal that you're doing something important, something that matters. So don't shy away from it. Embrace it, face it head on, and take that first step. And in those moments when you feel overwhelmed, when you don't know what to do next, remember this. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey before you take that first step. All you need is the courage to start and the faith that you'll figure it out along the way. One of the most powerful things about Stoic wisdom is the idea of focus. When life gets overwhelming, it's easy to get distracted, to feel like everything is spinning out of control. But if you can focus on what's in your control, the choices you make, the way you respond to situations, you'll find a sense of peace, even in chaos. The Stoics knew that the external world is unpredictable, and there's no point in trying to control things that are beyond our power. What we can control is our mindset. We can choose how we react to events. We can choose whether we let obstacles stop us or whether we see them as opportunities to learn and grow. You may not have control over every challenge you face, but you have control over how you respond. You have the power to choose your mindset, to choose your attitude, and to choose your path. And that choice, that decision to stay grounded, no matter what life throws at you, will make all the difference. Now let's talk about something that's at the core of Stoic philosophy, the importance of inner peace. I know it sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful practices you can adopt. Too often we let the noise of the world drown out our inner voice. We allow the opinions of others, the pressures of society, or the constant stream of information to disturb our peace. But Stoicism teaches us that true peace comes from within. It doesn't come from external circumstances. It doesn't come from having everything go your way. It comes from accepting what you cannot change and focusing on what you can control. And here's a crucial point. You can always control your thoughts. You might not be able to control the weather or other people's actions or the unexpected challenges that come your way. But you can control how you choose to interpret those situations. This is where your strength lies. When you learn to master your thoughts, to not be ruled by them. You reclaim your power. Imagine how different your life would be if you could train yourself to stay calm, focused, and at peace, no matter what chaos is going on around you. You'd stop reacting impulsively, stop letting your emotions drive your decisions. You'd be more deliberate, more intentional with every move you make. And I know it's not easy. It's not always easy to stay calm when things aren't going well, when everything feels like it's falling apart. But here's the secret. The more you practice inner peace, the easier it gets. The more you make it a habit, the less you'll be swayed by external circumstances. So right now, I want you to think about your inner peace. What does it look like for you? What are the things that disturb your peace, that take you off course? And what can you do to bring more peace into your life, starting today? Even the smallest change can have a massive impact. It's about creating moments of stillness in the middle of your day, finding time to breathe, to reflect, and to simply be. It's about remembering that no matter what's going on outside of you, you always have the power to create peace within. And once you learn to cultivate that inner peace, it becomes contagious. People will be drawn to your calm, your focus, and your confidence. They'll start to respect your energy, and they'll recognize that you are someone who is in control of their own life. This is the beauty of Stoic wisdom. It's about finding strength in your own center. It's about knowing who you are and what you stand for, no matter what life throws at you. When you make that your foundation, nothing can shake you. And as you go through life, as you face the ups and downs, the challenges, and the triumphs, remember this: you are more than capable of handling whatever comes your way. You have the wisdom, the strength, and the power to turn any obstacle into an opportunity for growth. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you. And when you do that, when you live your life according to your own values, not the expectations of others, you will not only become the best version of yourself, but you'll inspire others to do the same. That's how you create lasting value in your life. That's how you make an impact, how you become the kind of person others respect, admire, and seek guidance from. And let me tell you something, you are capable of all of that. You have the strength within you to make it happen. You've got this. I'm glad you're still here. I want you to take a deep breath and just listen to me for a moment. I know you've been carrying a lot with you lately. It feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders, and sometimes it's hard to even see the next step forward. But what I want to remind you of in this moment is that you don't have to figure it all out right now. There's no need to rush, no need to compare yourself to others, no need to be someone you're not just to keep up. You don't have to live by anyone else's timeline or expectations. Right here, right now, you have everything you need to take your next step. It may not feel like it, but you have the strength, the wisdom, and the resilience to keep going. And I know that life can feel overwhelming sometimes, when everything is coming at you from all directions, when you feel like you're constantly being pulled in a million different ways. It's easy to lose sight of who you are and what you truly want. But that's where your power lies, in remembering who you are. Think about the things that truly matter to you. Not the things society tells you should matter. Not the things your friends or family want for you. But the things you care about. The things that light a fire inside of you, that make your heart beat faster, that fill you with a sense of purpose. What are those things? Have you given yourself the time to really think about them, to really feel them in your bones? Sometimes It's easy to forget that we have a purpose. Life gets busy, distractions pile up, and before you know it, you're running on autopilot. But the truth is, your purpose is still there. It's always been there, just waiting for you to rediscover it. So take a moment, close your eyes for a second, if you need to. Think about what truly makes you feel alive, and know that you're worthy of pursuing that. Whatever it is, however big or small, it's worth going after, because that is where your true fulfillment lies. I know the world often tells you that success is about the things you can show others, the car, the house, the job title. But real success, true success, is about peace of mind, clarity in your choices, and living a life aligned with your values. It's about waking up every day, feeling like you're moving toward something meaningful, even if it's just one small step at a time. And yes, there will be obstacles. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when you wonder if it's all worth it. But the beauty of it all is that those moments are temporary. The doubts, the fears, they don't last forever unless you let them. Here's something I want you to remember. You are not defined by your failures. I know you've made mistakes. We all have. But those mistakes don't define who you are. They're part of the journey, part of your growth. What defines you is your ability to rise up, to keep going despite the setbacks. Think about someone you admire, someone who's overcome obstacles. I'm sure they've faced plenty of challenges, too. But it's their ability to keep moving forward that made them stand out. That's what we remember. That's what you can be. And here's another thing. Success is not a destination. It's a process. The idea that you need to reach a certain point before you can be happy or fulfilled, that's a lie. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory in itself. And it's those small victories that add up to a life of true success. I want you to stop waiting for everything to fall into place. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is right now. You have everything you need to start moving in the direction you want to go. Maybe that first step feels scary. Maybe it feels uncertain. But the truth is, the more you wait, the more you hold yourself back from your own growth. The longer you stay in this state of uncertainty, the harder it becomes to take that first step. So I encourage you, take it. Take the leap. Even if it's small, even if it feels uncomfortable. That discomfort is a sign that you're on the right path. And here's the most important part. You're not alone. You may feel like you are sometimes, but you're not. There are people who understand you, people who are on a similar journey, and you can be that person for someone else, too. The world needs people who are willing to show up, who are willing to be vulnerable, and who are willing to grow. So as you move forward today, I want you to remember this. You are capable of more than you think. And even if you don't have all the answers right now, that's okay. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep moving. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let self-doubt hold you back. You are capable of greatness. And even if you can't see it all right now, trust me, it's there, just waiting for you to claim it. So take a deep breath and get ready to take that next step. The world is waiting for you to show up. And when you do, you'll find that the path you've been searching for has been there all along. Remember, you've got this. You always have. And I believe in you, even when you don't believe in yourself. You know, there are moments when you can feel completely lost, like the world is spinning around you and you're just trying to hold on. But I want you to understand something really important. You don't have to be perfect. The idea that you need to have it all together, that everything needs to be figured out right now, is a lie. It's okay to be where you are in this exact moment. I know it doesn't feel like it sometimes, but this is exactly where you need to be. Let's talk about that feeling of being stuck. It happens to all of us. You wake up and it's like every day blends into the next, like you're running in place. Maybe you feel overwhelmed by expectations, yours, or the ones you think others have for you. But I want you to know this. Your worth is not tied to what you do or achieve. Your worth is in who you are, the way you care about others, the kindness you show, the small acts of courage you display every single day, even when you don't think anyone notices. I want to ask you something. What would it look like if you started to let go of the pressure? What if you stopped expecting yourself to have it all figured out? What if you allowed yourself to breathe for a second, to take a pause and just exist? You don't have to do everything today. You don't have to change the entire world in one step. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is take a deep breath and simply decide that today you're going to take one small action. That's all it takes, one small action, because it's the accumulation of those small steps that leads to real transformation. It's the moments where you choose to move forward, even when it feels uncertain. It's the days when you choose yourself, when you stop second-guessing every decision and start trusting yourself a little more. I know it feels like you're not making progress sometimes. You might think, what's the point? Why does it even matter? But here's the truth. It matters because you matter. Every little step you take, every moment you push through, it's all adding up. Even if you can't see it right now, everything is leading you to the place you need to be. And yes, you will face setbacks. You'll have days where it feels like the universe is working against you. You'll have those moments of doubt when you feel like you're not enough, that you're not getting anywhere. But in those moments, I want you to hold on to this. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. The journey is messy, it's not neat. But every twist, every turn, every challenge, it's all part of the bigger picture. I'm asking you to trust the process, even when it feels slow, even when it feels like you're stuck. Because those moments of struggle, they're temporary. They are not your forever. It might be hard to see it now, but they are simply stepping stones leading you toward growth. And growth, while uncomfortable, is where the magic happens. You are allowed to feel lost sometimes. You are allowed to feel unsure. But don't ever mistake that for weakness. Feeling lost is part of the process. It's a sign that you're evolving, that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that, in itself, is something to be proud of. Think about the times in your life when you faced challenges and came out stronger. You've done it before. You've pushed through tough situations, even when you thought you couldn't. This time won't be any different. You might not know exactly how you'll get through it, but you will, because you always do. And while we're talking about growth, let me tell you something even more important. Growth isn't linear. You're not always going to be moving in a straight line forward. There will be detours, and that's okay. Growth means making progress, yes, but it also means learning, failing, getting back up, and trying again. Every setback is an opportunity to learn something new. You don't need to have everything figured out today. The person you're becoming is a work in progress, and that's perfectly fine. You're doing better than you think. You're farther along than you realize. Every day that you keep moving, even if it's just a little bit, You're creating the future you want for yourself. So don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle. They're on their journey, and you're on yours. Trust your path. And here's something I want you to remember. You are not alone in this. I know it can feel isolating, especially when you're facing challenges. But you're not the only one who's been through hard times, and you're not the only one who feels like they're not enough sometimes. There are people out there who understand what you're going through, people who feel the same way you do. What I'm saying is, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to lean on others when you need to. We all need someone. There's no shame in needing support or needing to talk things out. That's what makes us human. We're meant to connect, to lean on one another and to share our stories. Sometimes, it's easy to think that we have to carry everything on our own, to keep everything bottled up inside. But let me tell you, it's okay to open up. It's okay to let someone else in. In fact, it can be the most powerful thing you do for yourself. When you share your struggles, when you express what's weighing on your heart, you create space for healing. You give yourself permission to not have all the answers, and that's powerful. And I want you to know this: you are enough just as you are. Right here, right now, with all of your imperfections, your doubts, your fears, you are enough. Don't let anyone, not even your own inner critic, convince you otherwise. You are worthy of love, of success, of peace, and of everything your heart desires. Keep reminding yourself of that every single day. You've come so far already. And yes, you may still be facing challenges, but look at how far you've made it. You've survived every hard day you've faced. You've learned from the past, and you are stronger because of it. So take this moment to recognize how powerful you truly are. So take a deep breath and know that you've got this. You're going to make it, even when it feels impossible, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. I promise you, this moment is just a small piece of the bigger picture. You are meant for so much more than you can see right now. Just keep moving forward and trust that the path will unfold in front of you, one step at a time. Keep showing up for yourself, and everything else will fall into place. Remember, you are stronger than you know. You have everything inside of you to get through this. I know it's hard to keep moving forward when it feels like the weight of the world is pressing down on you. You might feel like you've been walking uphill for so long, like there's no end in sight. But I need you to understand something right now. Progress isn't always visible in the moment. It's easy to get discouraged, to think that nothing's changing. But the truth is, every small effort you make is building toward something bigger. You've been through tough times, right? You've faced challenges that you thought would break you. But here you are, still standing. That alone is something worth celebrating. Because there are many people who would have given up by now, but not you. You've pushed through the darkness, even when you couldn't see the light, and that says something about your strength. It says you're not done. You're not ready to quit. And I want to remind you of something, just in case you've forgotten. It's okay to have setbacks. Life isn't about avoiding them. It's about how you rise after each fall. Every time you stumble, every time you face a roadblock, you're learning, you're adapting, and you're becoming someone who knows how to handle the ups and downs. It's all part of your growth. You may not see it now, but the struggles you're facing today are shaping you into a version of yourself you can't even imagine yet. You might not feel strong, but in reality, you're becoming stronger with each challenge you face. And as you keep moving, step by step, you'll start to see how far you've come. You'll realize that those tough moments weren't the end. They were just the beginning of something much greater. I know you might feel like you're not getting anywhere, but I need you to listen to me when I say this. You are already on your way. You've taken the first step, and that's often the hardest part. And now, even when it feels like you're walking through a fog, trust that you're headed in the right direction. The fog will lift, the clouds will part, and when that moment comes, you'll look back and realize just how much strength you gained by sticking it out. Remember, growth takes time. It's easy to want things to change instantly, but real transformation doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time, through consistency, through showing up, even when you feel like you have nothing left to give. And right now, you're building that foundation. Every small step you take, even the ones that feel insignificant, are leading you to the life you want to create. So if you're feeling discouraged, if you're wondering if it's even worth it, let me tell you this: it is worth it. You are worth it. And every effort you make today is contributing to the future you're building. Don't give up on that. Don't give up on yourself. I know it might be hard to see your own worth in the middle of all this. It's easy to get lost in the struggle and forget that you're worthy of everything you desire. But the truth is, you were never meant to do this alone. You don't have to figure it all out by yourself. It's okay to ask for help, to lean on others when you need it. You don't have to carry the weight of the world by yourself. If you're feeling like you're drowning in everything, just remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Take it one step at a time. Focus on the next thing, no matter how small it seems. That's where the power lies, in the small, consistent steps forward. The big changes will come, but they won't come all at once. They'll come after the little moments, after the persistence, after the days when you feel like you've given all you can give. And when those big moments come, when you look back at everything you've overcome, I want you to be proud of yourself. Because you won't just be looking at the victories, you'll be looking at the courage it took to keep going when you wanted to quit. You'll see how much strength you found within yourself when everything seemed impossible. So don't measure your progress by how quickly you're moving or by how far ahead others seem to be. Your journey is yours, and it's unfolding in exactly the way it's meant to. Trust in that. Trust in the process, and trust that, even in the times when you feel lost or unsure, you're still exactly where you need to be. I know it's not easy to keep going. I know it feels like the road is long and the challenges are many, but you are capable of so much more than you give yourself credit for. You are stronger than you think, braver than you feel, and more resilient than you know. So hold your head up high, even when it's hard to see the way forward. And don't forget this: you are not defined by your struggles. You are not defined by the hard days. You are defined by how you rise above them, how you choose to keep moving, and how you continue to show up for yourself every single day. The person you are becoming is already in motion. You might not see it all now, but the future you is already being shaped by the actions you take today. So if you ever feel like giving up, remember this: you're not finished yet. You are only just beginning to tap into the full strength you have inside, and every single step forward is a victory in itself. Even the moments of doubt, the moments when you wonder if it's all worth it, those are part of the process, too. And when you look back on all of this, you'll see just how far you've come. I'm here to tell you, you're going to make it. You are going to get through this. And when you do, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come, at how much strength you found, and at how much you've grown. Stay strong. Keep moving forward. You've got this. I want you to pause for a second and truly think about where you are right now. I know it's easy to get lost in the chaos, to feel like you're drowning in everything you need to do, everything you think you should be, or even all the things that didn't go the way you wanted. But I need you to hear this clearly. Where you are right now, in this moment, is exactly where you need to be. I know that may not make sense to you, especially if you're feeling lost, confused, or like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of disappointment. But the truth is, every single step you've taken, whether it felt like a step forward or a step backward, has brought you here for a reason. Every moment of struggle, every tear shed, every ounce of frustration you felt is not in vain. It's part of your story, and this story is not over yet. It's so easy to want to escape the difficult parts of life, right? You'd rather ignore the struggles, pretend they aren't there, and maybe just hope things will get better on their own. But if we're being real, running from our problems doesn't solve them. It only delays the healing, the growth, and the breakthroughs that are waiting for us just beyond that moment of discomfort. I know you've heard it before, but hear me now. Growth happens when you face what's in front of you. You don't have to do it perfectly. You don't have to have it all figured out. But you do need to keep going. Take that next step. However small it might seem, take that deep breath and keep going. Maybe you're facing something right now that feels overwhelming. Maybe you feel like you're at a crossroads, unsure of which direction to take. Or perhaps you've been working toward a goal for what feels like forever, only to be met with more obstacles. I know how frustrating that can be. I've been there, and it's easy to think that maybe you just aren't cut out for this, or that you're somehow failing. But listen to me. You are not failing. You're learning. You're growing. And it might not feel like it in the moment, but that's exactly what's happening. You're gaining resilience, patience, and strength. And those things are what are going to carry you to your destination, whatever that destination may be. Have you ever thought about how much strength it takes to keep going, even when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel? It takes more courage than you probably give yourself credit for. It's easy to quit, right? It's easy to say, "This isn't working," and throw in the towel. But it's not easy to push through, to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. And that's why I'm so proud of you, even if you don't feel proud of yourself right now. Because the truth is, it's the ones who keep going that make it, not the ones who give up. You are one of those who will make it. And I know, in your heart, you already believe that, deep down. You've made it through tough times before. You've fought battles you never thought you'd survive. And here you are, still standing. Don't forget that. Don't forget that power you have inside of you. Every time life throws something at you, you rise. Maybe it's not as fast as you want. Maybe it's not as easily as you thought it would be. But you rise. And that's what matters. I know sometimes you get discouraged because the progress feels too slow. But slow progress is still progress. And even if the road ahead seems long, every single step you take is taking you closer to your goal. You might not even realize it, but the person you're becoming is not the person you were when you started this journey. Every challenge you faced, every mistake, every setback has shaped you into someone who is capable of more than they ever thought possible. And you might be looking at where you are right now and feeling like you're not as far along as you should be. But I want to remind you, this moment is part of your progress. The key to moving forward, to reaching your goals, is understanding that progress doesn't always look like you think it should. Sometimes it's not about giant leaps. It's about those small, steady steps. It's about showing up, day after day, even when you feel like nothing is changing. And let me tell you, everything is changing. You just might not see it yet. But trust me, you're closer to your breakthrough than you think. And when it happens, when everything clicks, when you see the fruits of your labor finally start to show up in your life, you'll look back and understand that the struggle was never meant to break you. It was meant to make you stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever imagined. So don't give up. Don't stop now. Keep going, even when the road feels uncertain, even when you feel like you don't have enough left in you to take one more step. Because I promise you, you do. You've got more strength than you know. You've got more power inside of you than you give yourself credit for. And I know that no matter what happens, you will come out the other side stronger, more resilient, and more prepared for the future that awaits you. Right now, you might not have all the answers. You might not see exactly how things are going to turn out. But that's okay. You don't need to have all the answers right now. What you need to do is keep going. Take the next step, then the next, and then the next. Every step you take will get you closer to where you're meant to be. And I promise when you look back on all of this, you'll see just how far you've come. I believe in you. I believe in the strength you have. And I believe that no matter how tough things get, you will find a way through. So keep going, keep pushing, and trust that everything is working out for you, even when it doesn't feel like it. You've got this. Keep moving forward. I know that sometimes life feels like it's too much to handle. You wake up in the morning, and the weight of the world just seems to settle on your shoulders before you even get out of bed. You're probably carrying so much right now, trying to balance everything, work, relationships, personal goals, and it can feel like you're just about to break. I get it. You're not alone in this feeling. But here's something I want you to hear today. This moment, this struggle, this feeling of being overwhelmed, it doesn't define you. It's not who you are. It's just a moment, and like every other moment you've faced before, it will pass. And when it does, you'll be stronger, you'll be wiser, you'll be more capable than ever before. But for right now, I need you to just take a breath and remind yourself that you are not the weight you carry. I want you to picture something with me for a second. Imagine standing at the foot of a mountain. The peak is so high, the climb so steep, and the air so thin, it almost feels impossible to get to the top. But here's the thing. Every mountain, no matter how tall or difficult it seems, has a path to the top. And even though you may not see the whole journey ahead of you, you can always take one step forward, just one, and then another, and then another. I know sometimes the path is unclear. Sometimes you wonder if you'll ever reach the top, or if it's worth the effort. And it's in those moments of doubt where you need to trust. Trust that each step you take, no matter how small, is taking you closer to where you want to be. Trust that the struggle you're facing right now is shaping you, teaching you, and pushing you to become the person you're meant to be. Do you remember a time in your life when things felt impossible, but somehow you made it through? You might not have known exactly how, but you did it. You found a way, and now I want you to tap into that inner strength, that part of you that has overcome every obstacle so far, and trust that it's still there, ready to guide you through this one. You've been through tough times before, and you've made it. This time is no different. But here's the thing. It's easy to lose sight of your progress when you're deep in the middle of it. When you're caught up in the daily grind, it feels like you're not moving forward at all. But I promise you, even on the days that feel the hardest, even when it feels like you're standing still, you're still moving forward. Your growth isn't always visible on the surface. Sometimes it's happening quietly, beneath the surface in ways you might not even notice right now. So take a moment and remind yourself, you are growing, you are evolving, and while it might not seem like it today, one day soon you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. You'll realize that the struggles you've faced didn't break you. They built you. They made you who you are today, and they're preparing you for what's to come. I know it's hard when the journey feels long and the results feel too far away. It's tempting to look at other people's successes and think, why not me? Why am I not where I want to be yet? But I need you to stop for a second. Stop comparing. Stop questioning your path. Your journey is your own, and it doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You're on your own timeline. Think about this. Every great success story, every person who's achieved something incredible, has faced their own struggles. They've had moments when they felt like giving up. They've doubted themselves, wondered if it was worth it. But they kept going. And that's what made the difference. That's what made them who they are today. And I want you to remember this. You are already on your way. You may not see it now, but each day you continue moving forward, no matter how slow it feels, is a victory. Every time you choose to keep going, even when it's tough, you're making progress. You're getting closer to the person you're meant to be. And while it's true that some days are going to be harder than others, it's also true that you have what it takes to make it through. You are stronger than you give yourself credit for. You have the resilience, the determination, and the heart to push through the toughest challenges. If you ever feel like you're not enough, if you feel like the weight of everything is too much to carry, remember, you are enough. Right now, as you are. Not when you've reached your goal, not when everything is perfect. You are enough right now, in this moment, and you are doing the best you can, and that's all you need to do. In fact, that's one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself. Stop expecting perfection. Stop expecting everything to be figured out right now. It's okay not to have all the answers. It's okay to not know exactly how things will turn out. But what's not okay is to give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. I know you've probably heard people say that failure is not an option, but I want to reframe that for you a little. Failure is not the end. Failure is just a part of the process. It's just a sign that you're trying, that you're stretching yourself, and that you're doing the hard work. It's a necessary part of the journey. And when you experience failure, it doesn't mean you've lost. It just means you're one step closer to figuring things out. So the next time you feel like quitting, I want you to remember this. You are not a quitter. You are a fighter. You are someone who doesn't back down. Even on the days that feel the hardest, you're still moving forward. Even when the road feels uncertain, you're still walking it. And one day, you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Keep going. You've got this. I can feel your heart, and I know that right now, it might be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. It might seem like the struggles you're facing are endless, and you might wonder if you have the strength to keep going. But let me tell you something. You do. You might not feel like it today, but I promise you, there is more inside of you than you realize. When life gets heavy, when the weight feels unbearable, it's easy to start questioning everything. Am I doing the right thing? Is all this effort worth it? Those are the thoughts that creep in when things feel hard. And guess what? It's okay to have those thoughts. It's okay to feel lost sometimes. It's okay to feel like you don't have all the answers right now. But here's the truth. You don't need to have everything figured out today. It's okay to not know exactly how things will turn out. It's okay to take things one day at a time, one step at a time. You're not in a race. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. You are on your own path, and it's okay if that path looks different from someone else's. In fact, it's probably a lot more powerful because it's your own unique journey. Do you know what's truly incredible? The way you keep showing up for yourself, even when it's tough. That's not something that everyone can do. A lot of people would have given up by now, but not you. You're still here, still moving, still pushing forward, and that's what's going to make all the difference. You're probably tired right now. I understand. You've been pushing, and it feels like you're not getting anywhere. But trust me when I say that this moment is just a chapter in your story. It's not the whole story. And one day, you're going to look back and see how far you've come. The things that seem impossible today are going to be the things you've conquered tomorrow. When you feel like you're stuck, like the world is pressing down on you, remember, this too shall pass. Whatever you're going through, it's temporary. You might not see it right now, but I promise that this challenge is shaping you into someone stronger, more capable, and more resilient. And it's not going to last forever. You see, every obstacle you face, every challenge you encounter, is an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to develop new skills, to learn more about yourself, and to build the kind of strength that only comes from overcoming adversity. So when things feel tough, don't focus on the difficulty. Focus on what you're learning from it. Focus on how it's helping you grow. I know it's hard to keep going when you don't see instant results, but I want you to think about this. The most beautiful things in life take time. Think about a tree. It doesn't grow overnight, right? It takes time for that seed to sprout, for the roots to go deep, for the branches to stretch up towards the sky. But all of that time, all of that growth, is what makes the tree so strong, so steady. And just like that tree, your growth may not always be visible in the moment. But it's happening. It's happening right now. Even when you can't see it, you are building something incredible. You are planting seeds, nurturing them, and giving them the time they need to grow. And one day, those seeds are going to bloom into something amazing. And when that happens, you'll look back and realize that every single struggle, every challenge, every setback was a necessary part of your journey. They weren't roadblocks. They were stepping stones, helping you become the person you were always meant to be. But right now, in this moment, I want you to remind yourself you're doing the best you can. You are enough, right where you are, with what you have. And that's all you need to be. There's no rush. There's no need to pressure yourself to be someone else, to have everything figured out, to be perfect. You're already enough. And it's okay if things aren't perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out all at once. Life is a journey, not a race. It's okay to take your time. It's okay to pause, to reflect, to regroup. In fact, sometimes the most important thing you can do is give yourself permission to rest, to recharge, to be kind to yourself. Your worth isn't tied to your productivity. It's not tied to your success or failure. Your worth is in who you are. Right now, in this moment, you are worthy of love, of kindness, of patience, especially from yourself. It's easy to forget that when things are tough, but I want you to remember it now. You are worthy of all the good things coming your way. Take a moment today to breathe deeply, to let go of the pressure, to remind yourself that you are doing enough, even when it feels like you're not. And know that every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to the person you are meant to be. Your dreams are still within reach. They might not look exactly the way you imagined, but they're there, and you have everything it takes to make them a reality. So when the road gets hard and you feel like giving up, don't. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep trusting yourself. You have what it takes to overcome whatever comes your way. You've already proven that by how far you've come, and you're going to keep proving it, one day at a time. You're stronger than you think. Keep moving forward. Your story is just getting started, and the best chapters are still ahead. I know that as you finish listening to this, you might still have that lingering feeling of doubt or uncertainty, just like all of us do from time to time. But I want you to carry something with you as you go forward today. You are enough. Everything you've been through, everything you're facing right now, it's all shaping you into the person you were always meant to be. And no matter how tough it gets, know that you are not alone. There's a community here, and you've got this. Every single step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goals. Now, if you found some comfort in this message, if this spoke to you in some way, I encourage you to keep coming back. Subscribe to the channel and join this journey with us. Because I want you to remember that whenever you feel lost, whenever the road seems too tough, you can always find a moment of motivation, of encouragement, and of real, personal advice right here. I'll be here, speaking directly to you, offering support, sharing wisdom, and reminding you that you are capable of achieving more than you think. By subscribing, you're not just staying connected to this content. You're taking a step towards consistent growth. You're investing in yourself. You're creating a space where you can always return to feel motivated, supported, and inspired to keep pushing forward. So I want to leave you with this. Keep believing in yourself. Keep trusting the process. Keep moving forward. You are doing amazing things. And one day, when you look back, you'll realize how far you've come. Keep showing up for yourself, because you are worth it. And remember, this is just the beginning. The best is yet to come, and you have everything inside of you to make it happen. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Take a moment to give yourself the encouragement and motivation you need. You're not just a subscriber here. You're part of this journey. I'm so glad you're here, and I can't wait to keep sharing this journey with you. Until next time, take care of yourself. Keep pushing, and remember, you've got this. You are enough. Keep going, because you are on the right path.